If a little is good, more must be better. Welcome back to the Very Terrible Podcast. On today's special episode, we welcome our new co-host, B Spike on the mic.
Hey.
Is for horses. We're starting to learn a little bit more about our equipment, and we have special effects sounds. And B took time out of her day today to make a bunch of topics that she wanted to talk about. So with that, why don't you go ahead and get us started?
Okay. So, starting off with when will we post? We'll probably post around once a week, would you say?
I'd like once a week.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, right? So you have a regular school schedule, and I have an irregular work schedule, and Mom can't be here when she's working, right? Because we're using a computer desk in a closet, so we only have like Tuesdays, Thursdays, and weekends.
Yeah.
So Tuesdays, Thursdays, I could go by myself, and then on the weekends could be the big beast spike moments.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could do that. Say it'll be on the weekends.
Yeah.
I'd like to do 2 podcasts a week, but
Yeah.
you got to come up with stuff.
Probably like 1 to maybe 3 times a week.
Oh, okay, that's pretty ambitious. You better get to writing.
All right.
So what do you got up first for us?
I don't really know. I'm thinking.
Oh, fantastic! Great planning. You had all day to do it, so that's.
Okay, so probably the new Pillsbury donut mix. Have you seen that yet?
No, I haven't. Wait a minute, Pillsbury donut mix.
Like the frosting brand?
So they make cake.
Yeah. Well, they came out with a new donut mix. You can make donut holes or like mini donuts.
Hmm.
And Mom got it today.
So when they make a donut, do they make a solid round circle and cut the middle out, or do you have to make like a hose shape and then you cook it?
So we actually have the molds, but I think the normal people like that didn't have the molds would make the donut holes, like the little round ones they have at Dunkin'.
I don't think they cut it out of a donut. I think they just make balls and they call it that.
That's yeah.
False advertising.
Yeah, because the hole's way too small.
Right.
And it's like too round. Because
Yeah,
like donuts are normally like flatter at the top.
Yeah.
Kind of in a way, depending on the type.
So all right, so it's Pillsbury. What flavors do we have?
Probably, I think it's chocolate and maybe vanilla.
Chocolate and vanilla. Now is that in the same box?
No, different boxes.
We bought 2 boxes.
Yeah.
How many boxes did you people go and buy?
It wasn't me. It was Mom. She went to Walmart.
Oh boy! All right, so we have. Are they just regular flavors? Is there frosting? Is there sprinkles?
I think you have to buy the frosting separately.
Are you what?
Yeah.
This is not a kit.
I believe so. And if it does, actually no, it comes with a glaze. I don't
Okay.
think you have frosting though. I think you have to buy the separate Pillsbury frosting.
At the price of gas, we cannot make more than one. We cannot.
Why are the gas prices so high anyway?
It's a very complicated political issue that we're not going to get into.
Okay then. Sounds good.
Yeah. It was one of the rules of the show. If you remember, did you listen to part 1? Did you at least take the time to listen? No, it's okay. What happened? Your foot hit the power thing. Hang on one. And an unforeseen technical difficulty with a slight power outage. We're still here because everything runs on battery backup.
I somehow managed to press the power outage button with my foot, but it's like not even an inch, so I have no clue how I managed to do that.
You're something.
I'm magical.
All right, so we're talking about the donuts. They have a glaze.
Not a frosting.
Not a frosting.
I think it might come with sprinkles. I'm not 100% sure though.
Okay, and then there's a possibility of this Ponzi scheme get you to have frosting and other items that, for a Pillsbury company that already makes cakes, now we're into the donut realm.
Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna try the donuts and I'll get back to you guys on if that's good or not.
Okay.
I think I'll try them either tonight or tomorrow. I'm not sure when.
I don't know where the day is getting away from us, so they're probably not going to be making donuts today.
It's almost 5:00. Dang.
Yeah.
All
right. What else is on the big B Spike menu today?
Okay. So we have a TikTok account now.
Oh, we are hitting the mainstream TikTok account.
Maybe an Instagram account coming soon. I don't quite know yet.
Well, she's going to be the technical manager.
I will manage it. I promise I will manage it. So if you want to follow us on TikTok, it's just the Very Terrible Podcast, the same thing as our Spotify, just without Jason and Dave's at the beginning.
Okay, there you go, keeping it simple. And then so we're covering all the bases. We've got a Facebook page. Now we're gonna have TikTok. So
we already have TikTok. Not now. We're gonna have.
Do I have to learn dances?
Probably.
I don't know.
Wait. What if we did a face reveal on TikTok?
Have you seen me? You don't do a face reveal on me.
Yeah, I do.
Oh boy.
Well, maybe once we hit like a couple hundred followers.
I'll tell you what, yeah, if everybody steps up and everybody wants to follow, if we hit a couple real followers, no bots and no
it's
special.
unless you pay for bots or you like get the ads, there really is no bots.
Oh, okay.
Except for these random like ladies on the comment section. It's like these bots and they comment like first or like 122nd and then like random emojis.
Oh boy.
They are interesting, and then you go to their profile and there's some random link that you are definitely supposed to click but you don't.
Who are these people that click these links?
I don't know.
I'm not a link clicker.
Yeah.
A long time before you were born, there was a program. It was called LimeWire, and it was this revolutionary new thing. The internet was just new, and you'd want to get music, right? So the only way you could get music back then is you had to buy a cassette tape, or you could buy a CD because those were coming out, and the internet was still slow. It was the whole dial-up. You had to go to a CD at a grocery store to go get 30 free minutes on American Online, and there was a thing called LimeWire, and you could go on and you could download songs onto your computer, and then you could listen to the music without having to buy an entire album. You could pick individual songs, and this was this new revolutionary thing. The only problem is that the thing was full of computer viruses. Many, many, many people had their computers destroyed. All this before the days of hackers. It was just full of viruses. Your computer wouldn't turn on. It would just do all this crazy stuff, and that's where my generation does not click links because we were programmed by LimeWire to never touch anything. Everything, if you touched something that you didn't know what it was going to steal your identity and destroy your computer, and then you were out. And back then, computers are way more expensive than they are now, believe it or not. And thousands of dollars on a computer, where nowadays you can go for $300 or $400 and pick up something.
Wait, so was it like a real thing or was it just like so you could just click the link and get
It was a
a
website.
virus? So was it like, could you actually get the music or were you going to get a virus no matter what?
It was hit and miss. You didn't know because people would go on and load viruses under song names.
So, like, what I'm asking is, like, could you actually get the songs to work if you got lucky and didn't get a virus?
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't just like a big fraud.
Right,
scam.
but then it turned into something else called Napster, right? So there was another one called Napster. And Napster was the same idea, right? You go on and you get songs. Well, then the musicians went and they weren't getting paid. So the musicians, and I believe it was Metallica from way back when, that they were the first band that said, okay, wait a minute. If we get paid if they buy the tape, we get paid if they buy the CD. We aren't getting our cut. We're not getting our money. So this is not going to work. And there's this huge lawsuit in Napster. I think they're gone. I've heard LimeWire's coming back, but yeah, no one's going to want, no old people are going to use LimeWire. So that's it. So yeah, so we have we have our TikTok page.
Yeah.
You're ambitious and wanting to get an Instagram because that's a lot of visual stuff.
It's because I feel like more people have Instagram because I feel like Facebook is more your generation and
so
TikTok's
old.
more my generation. But I feel like Instagram's a nice like median.
Yeah,
I guess.
It's Facebook without the words.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Well, it kind of is the words too.
Yeah, but
it kind of depends.
Yeah.
There's those Karens who just put the excessively long captions under their photos describing their entire life.
Nobody reads those.
No, they don't. I don't know why they feel the need to post them and complain.
So we've got a lot of things that are on in the future. So right now we're working on episode 2. We're going to have obviously what is it? Spotify is going to be carrying our show. Hopefully that still stays working. TikTok and Instagram. I mean, this thing's taken off. It's a long, long journey, but it's finally taken off, and hopefully it goes somewhere. That'd be nice. So, B-Spike, what's up? What are we setting up next?
All right, one of the last things I have on my list.
Last things. We just started. We're only 9 minutes in.
Well, this is a question for you as an individual.
Okay.
Why do you always call me sticky even after I just washed my hands?
So this is a fun topic. So for some reason, kids are sticky. I don't get it. I don't know what they touch. I don't know what if they ooze out something. I don't know what this is, but this children, my child in particular, very sticky all the time. So when we have all this nice brand new electronics equipment, it's like, can I touch it? And I'm like, no, absolutely not, because you are very sticky. And I don't understand what that is. And what do you think?
But like, I don't understand because one time you helped me wash my hands because you thought I wasn't doing it right apparently, and then you still continued to say that I was sticky. So is it like we're just not? I'm like, am I not washing my hands correctly and you just also didn't do it correctly, or am I just like
Well,
constantly oozing out
I've got
stickiness?
40 years of washing my hands experience. I think I should know what I'm
No,
doing
no,
by
but
now.
like you still tried to wash my hands and
Yeah,
you still said that I was sticky.
yeah. Well,
So I seriously do not understand.
I don't understand it either. Maybe I'm sweaty. Maybe you're sweaty. Maybe you just ooze
What
stickiness.
if you're the sticky one and I'm
Oh,
not sticky
plot
at all?
twist. And I've never known this whole time because you can't tell if you're the sticky one. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's,
I
yeah, yeah.
don't.
So kids are in generally they're sticky. They have a lot of booger action going on. They're very nasally. They cough a lot, carrying diseases.
This makes you sound like you don't like children.
I don't know. You're great.
Yeah. Whenever he refers to children, he just says booger eaters.
Yeah, yeah. Kids are a bunch of booger eaters. That's all
Okay,
they
and
are.
this is a question that is really not aimed at anyone, but it's just like one of those things I don't understand. Why are chip bags so noisy?
That's a great
What is the
question.
benefit of chip bags being so loud? Like if you're trying to sneak a snack at night, all you hear is crinkle crinkle. Like what's the point?
Oh, um, I don't know. I guess you'd have to. Like, what is it made out of? So I'm gonna get up in the middle of the night, and I'm not gonna wake you up, and I'm gonna tiptoe past your room, and then delicious chips.
But like
And
they
then the
would make
dog wakes
so
up.
much more money.
And then the dog wakes up, and he wants a chip. That's
And
not
then
very.
I wake up because the dog's banging on his cage for chips. But then I'm so loud that my mom wakes up and she wants chips.
And she loves chips.
No, I don't.
No, mom does.
Oh, I was gonna say I do. I'm not a big chip person.
No, no. Yeah, I don't know. You have to assume the bags have to be made out of something cheap, right? Because you've got
I,
to assume that the Americans, second to none, eat more chips than anybody else.
but I mean, for like Doritos and people that actually fill up the bag, yeah. But like for companies like Lay's, no, they have the amount of air and chiplessness they include in the bag. I think they could add some to their quality.
But do you know why they do that?
Why?
Do you want me to, want me to over-explain it?
Sure.
That's what I do. I over-explain things. So somewhere on the bag of chips, and each one of them always says it. It says sold by weight, not by volume. Right? So they have to weigh the bag of chips. They don't care how big the bag is or how small the bag is. That's for merchandising. Bag height is a certain size. It has to fit on a certain shelf. Eye appeal, colors, all the marketing that's in research that's gone into it. But that bag has to be a certain size and it has to be a certain shape. And then they just have to fill the bag up with 8, 12 ounces. I have no idea. But there's a weight of what it is. So a bag of pork rinds, where pork rinds are lighter, will be more full. Where a bag of potato chips that are heavy will be less full, but the same weight.
But then Lay's are just like thin little wimpy chips. Like
Yeah.
Doritos are just, they have more dust, more weight to them. But then they still fill up their bag all the way.
Yeah.
So is it just Lay's trying to get out the easy way, or is it that Doritos actually puts in effort? And like Cheetos, Cheeto Puffs and Cheetos in general are halfway decent. Not as bad as Lay's, not as good as Doritos.
Hmm. Like, but by flavor, quality, what are your metrics that you're
But by
measuring?
how much they put in the bag.
Huh.
Like Cheetos, there is still like a couple inches of space, but I mean,
Does the bag have a lot of dust? I don't eat Cheetos. Does the bag have a lot of dust on
no,
the bottom?
no.
No. I don't know. Like I like Pringles. Pringles come in a
Oh,
can. Quite silent. Well,
yeah,
but they're difficult to
yeah,
get out.
yeah. They are really difficult to get out, but those are very crunchy chips.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is too is they're like baked mashed potato chip shapes. They're
Yeah,
not actual. I think it's like all the chip or the potato butts that they don't use,
yeah,
and they grind them up and they press them back into potato chip
yeah.
shapes because there's no way you could have every chip be exactly identical all the way in the can. It just wouldn't happen.
I think that's what all potato chip brands do. I really don't think. I mean, other than Ruffles, because I know
Yeah.
Ruffles actually they're all different shapes, but like I don't know.
Ruffles have ridges. It says so on
Yeah.
the bag.
Do you like Wise chips or no?
Oh God, no, no, no. Wise chips are for people that can't afford good chips. They're terrible. I cannot think of one Wise brand that's any good.
Really?
Do you know of any Wise brands that are any good?
Brands? Like you mean like
Like,
kinds of
well,
chips?
right. So,
Yeah.
like, let's see. Ruffles is the manufacturer of like their thing of chips, and they have flavors underneath. Wise has like regular, maybe barbecue. I don't even
I
know
think
because
they
I
have
don't buy them.
barbecue and then they have maybe spicy. I know they obviously have original,
Yeah.
but they're very salty, I think. They're either very salty or very undersalted.
I would
They're
go
either
with over. I would
yeah.
go with oversalted, only because in a lot of, I don't even know what's the politically correct term, economy foods, for people that don't have money for good chips, but they load everything with salt, right? So you go to fast food, it's loaded with salt. Everything they just load salt into it, and then your brain thinks, "Oh, this is delicious," and then you go, and then off you go, eating nasty salt things and getting high blood pressure later in life.
I don't really know though. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, well, it's one of the things we have time to research, or our listeners can email us if they know the answer, right? Do you remember the email address?
No.
Oh,
I host the social media.
you're the
Do
social
not
media manager.
even go with the email. You can do the
I'll
email.
do
I'll
the
do the
email.
social media.
Okay.
And the
So,
editing.
yeah. So if you'd like to talk to us about potato chips or any other wise slamming topics, email us at jdvtpodcast@gmail.com. What else do we
Alright
have?
then. So I was at a party last night.
Oh,
Yeah.
fancy.
And there, I'm not going to say his name for reasons, but there's this kid. And I would say he's about like 20, 25-ish.
25 is not a kid. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know. He acted like a kid. He wasn't like mature. But like me, my friends were like sitting him, cheering him on in dodgeball. We were at like an indoor trampoline park, by the way.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so he. Oh, and then this other kid in one of my classes. I'm not gonna say his name, also.
Yeah, let's
But
not say names.
okay,
We don't say names.
yeah. So we're gonna call the kid in my class
By the first letter of his name.
N. Okay, and then we're
Okay.
gonna call the dude from the trampoline park M.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so M and N.
Yep. It's
Well,
like it's like the candies, but less delicious.
yeah. Okay, so they exchanged Snapchat, which I really don't think was the best idea.
That's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so M tries to like take multiple pictures with us, and we're all just, no one's like liking it. And so we're all like trying to run away, and he's like chasing us with his phone. So finally we all agree just to get it over with. And so,
Right. I'm going to throw the flag here on this one. So we didn't at any point think that maybe we need to find an adult.
no, that's not the thing.
Oh. It's not like he has a van
Multiple
that's parked
adults were
outside.
watching us. Oh, yeah, that's what we said. So we were actually on the TV at the trampoline park. And so he actually ended up leaving after he took the picture of us, which is when me and a couple of my other friends were like, what if he's leaving to go get his van?
Yeah.
He's going to get the final babies in his basement to leave, and then
He's going to wear a skin outfit made of all your skins because it's fun to take
Exactly.
pictures on weird social media apps. And
Yeah.
as a parent, this is where you lose sleep. You absolutely lose sleep over this because the world's full of people that are just not quite right and having, unmarked vans and things like that. And they just,
But like he was just a genuine, like he had a couple other friends, but they all weren't like hanging out. They were like all like punching each other in a way, like kind of like a playful punching. But then they were like yelling at each other. Oh, and actually, we got kicked out of the dodgeball area, and they said that if we did it again, we were gonna get kicked out of the entire trampoline park.
who are these people? The people that work there?
Yeah.
What were you doing to get kicked out?
We were literally sitting in there going, we were yelling the dude's name,
Oh.
the M.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds like I'm glad I missed that party.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like fun at all.
But then we ended up going in the party room. But like he thought we were gangsters for like cheering for him or whatever.
Oh, and that's gangsters is the slang term for like cool people, like
Yeah.
his friends. Okay.
Kinda
Yeah.
in a way.
You got to remember, I don't know these slang terms. I don't even know how. I'm not gonna know how TikTok works. So I'm sure that's a lot of the topics that we're going to be delving into in the future is the disconnect of me with all the new technology, social media, and everything, the new slang that everyone uses, which is the same disconnect that my parents had with me way back when.
Do you have a YouTube account for the Very Terrible Podcast?
We do, but I don't. It's been so long since I've used it, and it's really, really bad. It's the archive of our earlier tries and errors and everything else, which I'm sure it'll be around somewhere, and maybe one of our listeners will find it and make a comment on one of the videos, and it'll pop back up. But I have not looked for it. No.
All right, so now I think it's time I ask you some riddles and see how like up to date you are.
How astute I am with your
Yes.
riddle puzzles.
But they're gonna be like kind of hard, but kind of not hard.
All right,
They're for kids, so if you don't get them, it's kind of shame on you.
Oof. Okay.
All right, but I'm gonna pick some out, so it's not like the easy ones.
Well, we can start with the easy ones. That'd be fine.
Oh, fine, okay. What has to be broken before you can use it?
What has to be?
I personally think there's 2 answers for this one.
All right. What has to be broken before you can use it? Things that break. Records. We break
But that
bread.
wouldn't work.
We break
10, 9.
No, I don't know.
Okay. So they said an egg, but I also think a glow stick. A glow stick? Because you have to break a glow stick for it to glow.
Yeah, and I'm going to disagree with the egg.
Why?
Why can't you can't, hard-boiled eggs.
Well, you kind of have to make that little hole in the top for that.
Yeah, that's not a thing, though. That's
shenanigans. Yeah, okay.
Shenanigans.
Number 2.
Yeah.
I'm tall when I'm young and I'm short when I'm old. What am I?
Every regular person. You're tall when you're young and you're short when you're old. Time.
Okay, I'm going to give you a hint.
Oh.
It's kind of like Encanto, the new Disney movie.
Is that the one that we saw with the...
Yes.
Nobody Better Talk About Bruno?
Yeah.
All right, so it's long when
it's what kept the magic in the family.
Oh. Light?
It was the candle. A candle. Because when you burn the candle and it's new, it's...
Yeah. Okay, I'm not
I guess
good
that
at
kind of
riddles.
depends on the kind of candle.
Oh,
because some candles just are short.
Yeah.
All right. What month of the year has 28 days?
All of them.
Yes. That one's a classic.
Hang on. There it is. All right.
All right. What question can you never answer yes to truthfully?
What question can you never answer yes to truthfully?
So, like...
Are you lying?
That is not the answer.
I don't know.
Are you asleep yet? Because if you're not asleep and you said yes...
These are terrible. No one's going to want to listen to this podcast if all we do is terrible riddles.
Well, it's not necessarily all going to be terribleness.
Very terrible riddles, which
all
will
right.
be an episode of Very Terrible Podcast.
Here's another one. There's a one-story house in which everything is yellow. Yellow walls, yellow doors, yellow furniture. What color are the stairs?
It's not. There are no stairs. It's a one-story house.
Some of these, like, everyone's heard, though.
Yeah.
All right. What can you break, but even if you never touch it or pick it up?
My heart.
A promise.
Oh, okay.
That one's easy.
What's black, white, and red all over?
A newspaper.
Ah.
All right. What can you keep after giving to someone?
What can you keep after giving to
After this one, we'll do 3 more.
Oh, do we have to?
Yes.
Oh, boy. This is not... People are going to tune out.
Answer!
I don't know. A smile?
Your word.
Ugh.
All right. What gets wet while drying?
A towel.
Yes. All right.
I'm at a solid, 33% rate here. At the riddles.
You walk into a room that contains a match, a kerosene lamp, a candle, and a fireplace. What would you light first?
My choices are a lamp.
I'll read it again.
Yes.
You walk into a room that contains a match, a kerosene lamp, a candle, and a fireplace. What would you light first?
A match.
Yeah.
Because you can't light anything else without it.
Exactly.
All
right.
Shenanigans. Go ahead. What do you want? What do you want to insert in there?
Nothing.
Nothing? Okay.
All
Fantastic.
Right. David's parents have 3 sons. Snap, Crackle, and what's the name of the 3rd son?
David.
How are you so good at these?
Because it's the same riddles over and over, so they just change the titles over time. All right, well, that concludes the Very Terrible Riddles section of the Very Terrible Podcast. B, did you have fun?
Yeah.
What did we learn today?
I don't know.
We learned not to hit the power button with your toe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's it. So this has been a fun episode. Hey, 25 minutes in. Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we'll do is we're going to try to get this uploaded onto Spotify after we take care of some logistical opportunities as far as paying for licensing and paying for different things. Or we could have sponsors. And you want to give me $1, I'll say your name on the podcast.
Even less than $1. We'll do it for like 10 cents.
Yeah, give me 10 cents. I'll say
Or honestly, if you've been a true supporter, do it for free.
How are we supposed to make any money? We got to recoup all the money
Look,
on this.
10 cents is you can go on the street and pick up more than 10 cents. If you pick up a quarter on the street, you're making more than a sponsorship. I think it's fine to give them for free.
Okay, just put it in the mail but we're not going to give you our address. You have to
P.O. box.
crypto coin.
P.O. box is better.
Oh yeah, we're not at a PO box yet. We're worried about.
We don't have that yet.
We have an email.
Specify.
You can email me a quarter.
Yeah.
Email me a picture of a quarter, and I'll say your name on the podcast. We'll do that.
All right. Don't
everybody.
forget to follow us on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Once again, it's the Very Terrible Podcast.
Is it the Very Terrible Podcast or just?
Yes, the Very Terrible Podcast.
Is there like an @ sign in the front of it?
No, that's not how TikTok works.
I don't know how TikTok works.
So basically, just go in the search, find it in the top right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Then just put in the Very Terrible Podcast, no spaces, and it should be the first profile. And it's a picture of a broken speaker. Same as our Spotify profile.
Oh, excellent. You found that picture. That picture is just
I didn't
great.
find it. I admit to that. I literally took a screenshot of it and cropped it out.
Sure. I don't care. That's probably, we'll get sued later on, but who cares?
Why would we get sued?
I don't know. It's probably someone's picture.
No, but like, people use pictures like that all the time. Yeah. It's fine.
It is okay. All right. Well, I'm Jason.
I'm B.
Yep. And this is out. Very Terrible Podcast. Episode 2 is in the books. See you next time.